years here on. Sometimes it's his office at that, but you're using your guidance. I truly appreciate it. Thank you. I'll carry that with me on. When we come to a conference, like that, you guys were amazing. Amazing. I'll tell you, something I've done. Those that are leaving with me as well, Senator Martin, of course, Senator Weik, and my additional legislature here. And also, leadership guys, thank you for the budget and your guidance. I appreciate that as well. I will take that with me. My majority members, thank you. You know, you had the thing. You actually softened things, which I didn't think was possible. So for that, I'm thankful. I had a much longer speech set, and I was going to have Gerald actually read it. Because if there's anybody that can take a 2-hour speech and do it in 2 minutes, it would be Gerald. But I'm going to let him off the hook. Tonight. Every one of you will have a place at my table. Every one of you will have a dish that I hopefully I can cook. And maybe we'll have the go on. Don't forget about politics, but maybe I'll make some little bit in there to keep me in on things. But you will all be invited. Every single one of you. If I was to find one word in this to kind of encompass what I'm trying to say, it's a Hawaiian word. It's mahalo. And it means thanks, gratitude, admiration, praise, esteem, regards, and respect. Mahalo. Mahalo. Mahalo, Mr. President. Thank you all. God bless you. Cheers. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Oberacker. Senator Weik for the morning remarks.
Mr. President, unlike me, I'll try to keep my comments short and sweet. Delayed reaction. To know me is to know that. So first, I'd just like to say thank you. This has been the honor of a lifetime to be able to serve here in this chamber. I thank my constituents for believing in me and sending me here. This has been the best 6 years of my life, and to experience this is like nothing else in this world. And I know all of you know what I'm talking about, because it's almost like traveling around the world. We're traveling around the state every day that we come here. We hear the common things, we hear the differences, we see and understand the different perspectives and point of views. And to me, that's invaluable. And so I thank you all for sharing your hometowns and your districts with me. It has truly been interesting and eye-opening to see how this state really functions together. So to my colleagues across the aisle, I want to say thank you very much. I've gotten to know some of you, Senator Prasad especially, very well, and I thank you so much for your friendship. Senator Webb, I've gotten to know you too. So I thank you so much for that relationship. I want to thank the Secretary of the Senate, who I've had a nice relationship with as well. She has been there through a lot of my different times. I want to thank our central staff who works so hard to make sure that we're prepared and we know what we need every single day. So thanks, guys. I really appreciate it. I know you sit behind me, so I couldn't tell you a face to a name, because for 6 years I've only heard your voice, and I could pick you out anywhere just by your voice. To the Sergeant of Arms, all of you, including Ben has always been that pillar. When we see him, it brings us comfort, it brings us love, it brings us joy. And to all of the sergeants at arms, I so enjoy seeing you here and hearing your stories and meeting you and getting to know you. So I thank you so much for watching over us and protecting us. I want to thank my staff. Although they have changed often, I would like to say thank you so very much. Presently, I have Matt here. He's laughing. Sue's my chief of staff. I've got Will, I've got Anastasia, and I've got Bella, and they are my favorite team, and they put up with me every day. So I thank them so much for that. I really want to thank my husband and my family. When I ran for Senate, my husband was not exactly supportive, leaving him and my high school son at home. The other two had gone. And I told him this is something that I felt in my heart and in my soul. And I actually said to him, get on board or get out of the way. And so he got on board. And I love him dearly. Our 31st anniversary is coming up just next week. And so I love you. I thank you, Jim. So thanks always for being there and putting up with me. I want to thank my children too, who you've seen on my palm cards and in my brochures. They are my whole life. My son Jimmy, my daughter Callie, and my youngest son Tom. And of course my grandchildren. Adley, Chase is the new guy. And I just love them all so very much. I want to thank my family here. And they really are, you know that as well. When we come here, we're here for a good solid week. We spend all of our time together. And to my colleagues here, we came in 6 years ago during the pandemic, and it was a weird, wild time. And we have this very tight bond and friendship. And I'm going to miss you all. I don't like to cry, but I am going to miss all of you very, very much. To the Majority Leader, I'd like to thank you very much for all of your support and your kind words over the years. It's been great to get to know you as well. And I'd really like to congratulate, I feel better knowing I'm not the only one leaving. So to Senator Oberacker and Senator Martins and to my colleagues who are also leaving, I'm not sure how many, it's just the two of you, right? I just want to say congratulations to you as well, and I wish you all the very best in your future endeavors. And last but not least whatsoever is the leader. And he and I have a very special bond because when I started to run for office and everyone kind of fled and left, he called up and he said, please don't fear. Some of us are staying and working, and that meant the world to me. And I'm so glad that you have always been there for us. You have been a phenomenal leader. We couldn't have asked for more. And so I thank you so much for your dedication to us, your loyalty, your kindness, your friendship, your support, your guidance. I thank you so very, very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Weik. Senator Martins for the Parliament. My trajectory has been a little different than most. So I'll start where I should start, Mr. President, by thanking my wife and my family for the opportunities that we've given the years. I think most people know that. That kids born into immigrant parents, poverty, very small farming village in northern Portugal, can be raised here in New York, go up to be the mayor of his village, serve some terms, and then get elected to the state senate, and leave, pursue his, and then decide to come back. It's truly a blessing. This is a very special place. You know, many people consider other places to be the center of democracy. The center of democracy, my friends, is right here in this chamber, in this state. The diversity that it provides, the opportunities it provides and has provided over the years is something that we should all be very much aware of. The legacy that we have and the responsibility we have as members of the New York State Senate. There are only 63 of us. Once upon a time, there were only 62 of us. And so that idea, the camaraderie that brings is something pretty special. You know, I had the opportunity to join the chamber and sat on that side of the chamber for years, and those are different times. And then I chose to go back. So I had what to do for different reasons. But as I said before, very important that we respect this place when we're in the majority, to respect the place when we're in the minority, to respect the chamber as well. It is the majority's responsibility to advance policy. Clearly, that's what we did. That's what you did. But it is the minority's responsibility to advocate aggressively. That's what we're supposed to do. That's our job. And sometimes that puts us in conflict. We are passionate about what we do. But I will tell you this, it's always from a good place. And I always from a good place for you as well. That's how policy is done. We each represent 340,000 people. We sit on that side of the room, we sit on this side of the room. And so we need for us to talk to each other and respect each other's opinions and understand that we're not just setting policy for people who sit in the majority, but for the entire state. And if there's one thing that I hope when I was in the majority, and something I know very well, being in the minority, that's important. That process. Take care of each other. Take care of each other. Look out for each other. Regardless of where you sit in the room, where you come from. It's our responsibility to make sure that those come after us understand the state of New York. It's not an easy thing. It's not something you're born with. And when you walk in the door, I can tell you, you don't know what that means. And it takes you a little bit of time to understand what does it mean to be a New York State Senator. I had the good fortune of having people teach me that when I got here in 2010. Perhaps when I got here in 2022. I want to thank the majority leader. We've known each other a long time. The majority leader was here when I got here in 2010. She was here, left in 2016. And you're still here. I want to thank the leader for your friendship, for your leadership, and for each other, before and after. But for everyone in the chamber, thank you for the opportunity to serve with you. Thank you for the opportunity to with you that truly make a difference in the lives of people across New York State. I too have a wonderful staff. Obviously, I want to thank them. Great people who have stayed with many of you since 2010. And when I left, back as well, which was great to be able to reassemble the team and to work together. I will miss them, and I'm sure we will stay in touch. The one thing I will leave you with is a person who has served, who has left, and who has come back. cherish your time. Appreciate leave as the same person, obviously, but it's different. Appreciate what opportunities are here and what a privilege it is to serve as a New York State Senator and how important that is. Mr. President, it's a privilege to serve with all of my colleagues, to share a friend, Mahalo, I love the idea that everyone has a plate at the table and everyone is free to come and go. And I hope we will have the opportunity over time and that our lives will intersect in the future. And I am pretty sure they will. But if there's anything at all in our lives where I can give any help to any of you, your families, please do not hesitate. God bless you all. And thank you for the opportunity to serve you.
Yes, Senator Blacklock.
Thank you, Senator Martin. Last but certainly not least, for
thank you, Mr. President. And most of my colleagues in the chamber know that I've never been much of a speech maker in here. To the extent I speak on the floor, it's usually fielding, interesting and sometimes obscure questions about obscure legislation or talk about investments we're making on housing and the budget. And I'm sure when St. Patrick's Day rolls around, when I come and speak as the head Irishman, the head of the American Irish Legislative Society, all this Kennedy as long over time speeches the next year. But I'm really grateful for this opportunity. We can brief it tonight in the hopes that they did my last evening in this chamber as a senator. Thanks to everyone for gratitude. I already did. I always have. I'd like to say gratitude to those this community. I have representatives of the very large Kavanaugh family. My brothers, Timothy Kavanaugh, Sean Kavanaugh here with us in the chamber. And my family has been extended family. So that's the core of me politically, professionally, personally, over so many years, and really has shaped my perspectives on the world. And I do like to serve. So thank you for being here. Thank you to remember all this stuff. Everyone in the chamber, this has also been everyone in the chamber knows how challenging it can be to be in a relationship with an elected official. And first, I just also here for putting up with the ridiculous schedule that demands on our time, obscure calls about the budget or legislation and odd hours, and of course, for your levels a lot of years now. Thank you for being here also. To all of my colleagues, this really has in so many ways been a tremendously productive collaboration. I've been here for 20 years, 9 years in this chamber, and 11 years in the Assembly. Of course, as I want to begin with Senate Majority Leader Hutchins for their strong leadership and their choice, and for really always making the difficult judgments we have to make about what's important and what's right and how to get the things done that we've gotten done over so many years. And for sharing the positivity and leading on that position in particular. Thank you. I also have this thank everybody in the Assembly and all of my colleagues in the Assembly. I created over here with I do want to thank, Colonel Hasty and all of the Assembly colleagues who are here and the others in the building. Those are also really wonderful, challenging, and productive years. It's a little later for the night, early morning, they are working later than us, working harder than us, and, still getting smart, but this will be for, absolutely, I'm not gonna name names of the housing stuff, and the other that worked over so many years, but it is just a tremendous honor and a privilege and a pleasure to work, with all of, over many years. And I'm proud of the work we've accomplished. On housing really happened over the last 8 years. I think transformed the way the state thinks about housing. It used to think that separately, we thought the federal government would spend some money. The economies were funded. But from that meeting, all of the negotiations on the Housing Stability and Tenant Protection Act, during COVID, it was dark years when the street was mostly empty. It would be like 3 or 4 at a time. Figuring out how to prevent evictions with a 20-month moratorium, $4 billion program to make sure that people don't get paid. We're working on Alexis Salazar on good eviction and the housing access voucher program. We named shelter earlier's eviction postponement program because there was just one elected for too long in our apartments. For the program that I'm working with, that clear and essentially recently freezing people's rents and freezing people's property taxes through the street programs, which we had a lot of success with this year. We've also just massively increased the support that the state provides for housing. The capital budgets go up and down, but we've essentially doubled our commitment to building and maintaining housing in the last few years, and we should be very proud of that. I've also just very proud of the environmental work that Senator and others really have done. The Olympic building out, which is still being litigated, but I think will come out unscathed and will be implemented soon in New York. So we prefer, especially across the we prefer on how to address those challenges. But I think it is really the challenge of our time that we make things more sustainable, but we make it cleaner, we make it more affordable, and make it exposure to taxes. I can travel to work with different expenditures responsibility. The government not once, twice, but 5 times. That was a year bill. Senators did not have that. Well, it's a lifetime super truck. But really getting it up there, what it is that we can do to really make it out of more sustainable and affordable for folks. When I got to the legislature, they've gotten off of really depressingly. You could still walk into a parking lot with a very dangerous weapon and someone just moving for gas with no questions asked to walk away and not be committed in the car. So the SAFE Act, which we did before I was in the Senate, and continue with this within our laws, keep people safe, keep them under the hands. It's been an ongoing and important thing. We're passing more bills today to make sure that we live up to that commitment. One of the things that a lot of you have said here in the room today and other things, people have commented on my well-deserved reputation for laundry, for most obscure details, knowing that sometimes maybe, blunt effects. But I do want to say that, a lot of why this has been so productive is that each of us have so many ideas and skills and perspectives to this work. And yes, I'm really proud of that. Again, the precise obscure details of various legislation is the most important to me. And we all do that. We all know how to do that. But it really is the wide range of skills and talents that make us so productive peoples. The rhetoric on this score that is sometimes so moving and so inspiring for us here in this room, but we know for people across the state. We really need to figure out how to make think in different perspectives. And this is something we talk about within our process to get together and make the compromises and do the work that is necessary for people. One of the things about this body is that we are never self-satisfied. We have a few accomplishments on the front, we all do that. But we also understand continue to face enormous challenges across the state, that people struggle to afford to live where they live, that we are not building enough housing in some places. We've got government protecting us from building enough housing in some places. With that, with far too many families who are facing homelessness, addiction, personally, in my sense that we haven't done enough on protecting, especially children from being exposed to homelessness. We know that we have these challenges, and it is one of the great hallmarks of this body that we never give up. I know sometimes you know the flowers like Christmas, we give up in certain directions that we don't know. But I know everyone really takes this work as an opportunity to serve, to meet people's needs, large and small. And for all of that, it's been just such a privilege. People said it's a privilege of a lifetime to spend 20 years doing this work, representing hundreds of thousands of workers. And this is not retirement, so we have other ways to serve, hope to serve with many of you in various capacities over the long run. But in the meantime, I know all of you at this institution will continue to do the wonderful work we've done for so long. So thank you.
We'll need Senator Brown.
Thank you, Senator. Mr. President, there will be an immediate meeting of the Democratic Conference for 3:32. Please call the Senator as of the Democratic Conference for 3:32 for the letter. Mr. President, the Republican conference will meet in 3:15 immediately. The Republican conference will also be in 3:15. Okay, let's return the session at 9:30. That's the best. The Senate will return to order at 9:30. Thank you.